People of the YouTube space, subscribers of my channel, I am here to announce the retirement from professional wrestling. Tony Pizza Guy is done with professional wrestling. I will not be at WrestleMania. Now let me clarify this because that's the speculation I've been getting, and I've been hearing rumors and talkings and rumblings and all kinds of stuff about WrestleMania. The question I've been getting asked is, are you going to be at WrestleMania? You were there before. You've been there since WrestleMania 30. Well, I will not be at WrestleMania, and let me tell you why. So before we get into this, I don't want this to be a bashing WWE thing where it's like, I'm not going to WrestleMania because the product sucks, it's awful, the terrible stuff. I would never go to WrestleMania. I will not support this hot garbage they're producing because it's further from the truth there. Let me just take you back a second and tell you about the first time I went to WrestleMania. The first WrestleMania I went to was WrestleMania 22, Chicago, Illinois, in the Allstate Arena. And the reason that one is so special for me was because I flew out there. It's like an hour plane ride, which was great for me going to Chicago. And then it was just a great small arena. The Allstate Arena is one of those great arenas that you just think of when you think of great wrestling shows. You want to go to Chicago, Illinois. That's one of the big ones. You got Illinois, you got Orlando, you got Philadelphia, New York. There's a lot of great arenas, but Chicago's on the list of one of them. And what was awesome about that is the card was great. Like, there was a lot of great matches, but the best part about it was there was not a bad seat in the house. I mean, I got to see Mick Foley and Edge speared him, and I was like near the nosebleed sections, and I could still see everything that was going on. It was like a perfect view for it. Like I said, there was not a bad seat in the house there for that WrestleMania. And again, all I did was go for that specific WrestleMania. I didn't go to Access. I didn't go to the Hall of Fame. I don't even think WrestleCon or NXT or any of that was going on at the time. So I just went for that show, and it was a great experience. But let me fast forward to the next WrestleMania I went to, and that was WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans. And let me tell you, that WrestleMania was so awesome because it was in New Orleans. New Orleans is an amazing place to go. If you've never been to New Orleans, book WrestleMania next year, go there and just visit Bourbon Street in New Orleans because that is some of the most fun that I've had. If you like partying, you like drinking, you like having a good time, that's a place that you definitely want to be in. Bourbon Street is so great, and I'm going to have to go there. But that WrestleMania was awesome. I got to see the streak end. I got to see Daniel Bryan's moment. And like, it was just top to bottom. It was just an awesome experience. Like, being in there with everybody chanting, yes, 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 yes. Like, that to me is one of the greatest experiences of my life, with the confetti and everything and just how awesome it was. And also seeing the streak end. So it was just like a really, really fun experience there. Then I actually was able to go to WrestleMania, the WrestleMania play button in California, and I actually got to see that. There was a lot of awesome moments there, and this time I was actually in a box seat with a bunch of my YouTuber friends. So I was in the platinum box, the special box seats that you could sit in the comfy chairs and all that fun stuff. And that was an awesome, amazing experience there. We got to witness NWO and DX come back. I got to witness Seth Rollins cash in Money in the Bank and win a championship. And I was sitting next to Pulse, who's the biggest Seth Rollins fan of all time. And he was going nuts. He was like, ah, can you believe it? Like, it was so awesome just to be there with Pulse at that WrestleMania in the box seat. And that was a great time. But we talk about what else happened there. At that WrestleMania, I actually got to experience something that I never experienced before that, and that was WrestleCon. And WrestleCon was a cool thing because WrestleCon is a place where you can actually do a lot of cool stuff. You get to go see some wrestling shows. You get to see a lot of cool things that you don't typically think you would see at WrestleMania. You get to go and you get to see wrestlers that may have been in the WWE before. You get to see a bunch of other cool things like wrestling matches. There's a lot of merchandise. There's meet and greets. There's fans. There's everything galore. Now, I'm getting my stories mixed up. How am I missing this up? I actually went to WrestleCon, WrestleMania 30. At WrestleMania 31, I went to Access. And let me explain Access to you if you guys have never been to Access. And I will explain it in a way that is very, very cool to the to the adults as well, because there's a lot of adults that are like, why would I want to go to Access? But let me tell you, there's a lot of cool things to do there. At Access, it's like a wrestling fan's dream. There's posters, there's merchandise, there's signatures, there's a ring that you can jump off into a bunch of balls, like a ball pit kind of thing. There's pictures, there's autographs, there's live wrestling that's going on. They actually tape NXT at Access. You could actually do a WWE entrance, right? They have a whole entrance set up. You could tell them what music you want. You could come out and you could tie and do an entrance of your favorite superstar. They would record that, and then you could actually save it and show all your friends and all of that. Access is a place where I think everybody can become a kid. They can become a kid again. I will say this though, if you are going to go to Access, I would not take your whole weekend and make your whole weekend Access. I would do like one session of Access only, just because I don't think there's enough to do unless you want to get a certain autograph or meet a certain superstar. I'd say that you just want to go for that one and you want to just do one session of Access. What I would do, I'd do one session of Access. I'd go to an NXT because I actually did get to go to NXT the following year when it was in Dallas. And whoa, was that awesome. Going to that NXT, seeing Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn. Awesome, awesome, awesome match. And back to just Access and all that. I'd take one day to do Access or one session of Access. I'd go to NXT if you could. I'd hit up an indie show because there's a lot of indie shows out there. I would hit up a lot of indie shows. There's probably a WrestleCon show that you could go to, or a WWN show you go to. There's a lot of stuff going on there, so I would definitely try and get to that. So that's what I would do on the agenda. I'd make sure you go to the WWE Access. I'd go to see an NXT show there if they have one, because they do some NXT tapings at Access. But I'd also try and go to NXT taping itself, go to a WWN or a independent show, and then WrestleMania itself as well. Now, a lot of people are asking me, Tony, what do you think of WrestleMania and the Hall of Fame? Would you go to the Hall of Fame? This Hall of Fame class is awesome. Would you go? Honestly, I would not go to the Hall of Fame. I did get to go to the Hall of Fame, and I just did not care about it. It was, to me, it's something special to watch on TV and just sit there and kind of watch, but not really pay attention. When you're out there, I was actually sitting in a spot where I had this blue light in my face the whole time when I was at the Hall of Fame, so that kind of hindered my view. And it was just kind of like it was kind of a boring ceremony. If you're not sitting down on the floor, if you're not close to it, if you're not on the red carpet, I don't think it's an event that really, really, really you need to go to. I think you get the same vibe by watching it on TV or on the network. That going to the Hall of Fame is just something that I don't think you really need to do. I mean, if you want to experience it, if you want to see something, maybe the class that I went just wasn't as good or whatever. But I will say that, again, unless there's somebody that you're really in love with, I don't know that going to the Hall of Fame is something that you really want to do. So, again, going forward, we go to WrestleMania 32, and we had an awesome show there. We had some great moments with Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose. No, that was sort of a letdown. We got to see AJ Styles wrestle, though. That was awesome. Just to see, like, let me just explain this to you, right? So WrestleMania used to be like either the end of a story or starting of a new story or whatever. It's not anymore. WWE WrestleMania is its own contained awesome event. If you can engross yourself in WrestleMania and just like take it all in as one awesome show and just leave everything out there, don't be a smart mark, don't be blah, blah, blah. Just go there to enjoy it for what it is. It's a collection of a whole bunch of wrestling fans getting together to enjoy what they love and watch something spectacular. I was part of the crowd of the largest WrestleMania crowd in history. 101,000 people there, and I was a part of it in the box seat again, and that was amazing. Just being able to sit in the comfy chairs, have catering, all this awesome stuff, and that's what I really just take it for that, right? Just the fact that you're there, you're at WrestleMania, you're around a bunch of wrestling fans. A lot of people want this guy to win or this guy to win or whatever. But now WrestleMania has just become its own encapsulated thing. It's like its own identity. Don't try and, oh, well, this storyline sucks or this storyline sucks or whatever. It's just its own thing. And when you go to Monday Night Raw and you go to SmackDown, it's going to be different. It's going to be a different experience. Now, I will say that last year's Monday Night Raw following WrestleMania was sort of a letdown in me. There was nothing really that spectacular that happened on that Raw, and that's kind of upsetting to me. Usually, the Raw after WrestleMania is amazing, and you definitely want to attend that. I would say try to attend it again, but I don't know what it's going to be like. They usually do something very, very cool on it, so we'll have to see, considering all things with the brand split and all that. So now, to my reason why I'm not going to be going to WrestleMania, it's very simple. I am just trying to save money, and I just recently moved into this house. I'm spending more money on the house, and I'm trying to save money, and I actually want to just sit at home, relax, and enjoy myself. Because like I said, I went to 30, 31, 32, 22, and this year, you know what? We can talk about the card a little bit, and the card isn't the most exciting card to me, to be honest, right? Goldberg and Brock, I'm really not looking forward to that match, so I'm not like too excited about that. We have Bray and Orton, which should be awesome. Undertaker and Roman, which will be great. I'm actually really looking forward to that match. AJ and Shane, whether I think that match should happen or not, I think they're going to deliver. It's going to be great. Chris Jericho Owens, Dean Ambrose Baron, Neville Austin Aries is going to be another one to steal the show, and then the Andre Battle Royal. There's a bunch of other matches mixed in there. Cena and Nikki versus The Miz and Maurice, Bayley, Charlotte, Sasha and Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss, Carmella, Natalya, Mickey James, Becky Lynch, and others, because it's Alexa versus everyone. And then you got tag team triple threat match in the Andre Battle Royal. But I will say this to you guys, that I am just not going to go to WrestleMania this year because I want to save my money. And I want to go to next year's WrestleMania. I want to put all of my money to go to next year's WrestleMania. And the reason I want to go to next year's WrestleMania is because New Orleans and Bourbon Street, and how awesome was it to have the Yes movement going on at that time. It was just so much fun. It was so great. So unfortunately, if you guys were looking forward to meeting up and talking and having a good time and stuff like that, I will not be at WrestleMania this year. But don't fret, because next year we will be at WrestleMania. Alright guys, that wraps it up. Thanks for watching this video. I want to ask you guys though, are you going to be at WrestleMania? And what is your favorite personal WrestleMania experience? And let me know in the comment section below, because I definitely want to hear your stories and your thoughts on WrestleMania and everything, because I have a lot of awesome moments. One of my favorites that I didn't even really think about until right now was I got to meet Fluffy, the comedian Gabriel Iglesias. Me and Tubby met Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias, just walking around. We talked to him, and it was awesome. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. What's your favorite WrestleMania moment that you've been a part of if you've gone to WrestleMania? And if you've never been to WrestleMania, what do you want to see at WrestleMania? You guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. As always, Tony Beats Guy 2 Sweet!